Ross will have an opening statement, and then any members of the media that have a question, raise your hand, and Melissa will bring you the microphone so that everyone listening at home can clearly hear your question. And we will begin with Ross's opening statement.
There's more room over here. There's a spot in front of Lindsay. You guys want to slide in? Good afternoon. Thanks for all being here today. It's a packed room, and I appreciate the support that we have in our media for covering this news. Please accept my apology for not being able to comment on our men's basketball program the last couple of weeks. I know that was requested, but we felt we needed to stay the course and approach it the right way. Before I start, I want to thank our players for their toughness, their focus this season, in the off season, this summer, and what they've done for this program to get us back on track here very, very, very soon. And then our fans, thanks our fans, and I apologize for this situation, but that's the nature of athletics, as we said here today. We have great student athletes, great fans, and that's why I love coming to work every single day and doing what we do in athletics. There's nothing better than our jobs in athletics. Before I start our discussion at hand and why we have a full room, let me talk about last night's game. Bizarre ending. I've seen a few of those in my tenure, from a Gonzaga UCLA comeback where we won the game late when I was at UCLA, to other bizarre things. But that one right there, the last 21 seconds, could not have been more crazy in terms of our fans almost on the court and watching some of those clips. Very bizarre. But it's unfortunate we lost a game like that. About 9:20 last night, I did talk to Mike Wood, the supervisor of officials for the Sun Belt Conference, and Mike is a pro. And if you look up his background, that man has done everything in officiating. And he's our supervisor. We hired him a few years ago, and I'm telling you, our officiating has and will get better with Mike's leadership. Mike and I spoke. He had not watched the film yet. But he had heard about it already within about 10 minutes. He had heard about it. The officials called him, and he said, once we watch the film, let's talk again. We talked 4 or 5 times last night, as late as about midnight, watching the film together before and after. He watched it as well, and he confirmed there were indeed 6 players on the court. He confirmed that should not happen in officiating, and I know that Mike will handle it the right way. The conference will handle it the right way. I believe there's a statement that will be released or has been released already, and they'll deal with it appropriately. It's a sad way to lose a game, and I know our guys were distraught over it, but we have to move forward. It's part of what happened. So my job is to act as the steward of the program. Bottom line, provide the resources where we can compete at the highest level, maximize our capabilities, maximize our performance on and off the court in all of our sports. And so we have to make decisions for the university. We have to make decisions for our student athletes, bottom line. Removing a head coach in the middle of the year is not my general philosophy. I spoke to the continuity. Last year I cited that specifically of why we retained Coach McDonald last year. We needed continuity. That's what builds long-term success. And I still believe in that philosophy. However, today, we are making the right decision. We're making the right decision to restore our program back to where it belongs, back to Hilltopper Nation, what they believe in, back to our players, and we must get back on the course for success. Honestly, before long-term damage could set in, the healing process starts now. We have to turn the page. Any athletic director never wants to have these type of gatherings among friends, but we have to do it. It's part of our job. We never want to see anyone fail. I believe, honestly, that I did everything in my power in the last year and a half to put us in a position for success. I truly believe that. This morning, as all of you know, we did release Ken McDonald as our head basketball coach. President Ransdale and I met with him at around 8:15 this morning, informed him of that decision. It was my decision that I confirmed with the president after last night's game, and he supported and agreed with the decision. We want to thank Ken for what he's done for this program in his 8+ years of service as an assistant and as our head coach. We wish him well in the future. From that meeting, we met with Coach Harper, and we asked him to serve as our interim head coach. We then met with and informed the entire men's basketball staff of the decision, and we told them we expect them to continue their duties as assigned from this point forward. After we met with the staff and with Coach Harper, we met with the players at 9:30 this morning. We got them out of bed. They told me last night they weren't going to wake up until about 10 o'clock, but we prompted that with a text and a phone call around 8:30 this morning. But we got them out of bed and we met with them, and it was important that they heard it directly from us. We released our press statement once that meeting started, but I told them the reasons for the decision and the reason why we reached this conclusion now. They were suffering in this environment, and we had to do something to get them out of it, and that was the decision we made. I told them, and they know this because we recruited them along this premise, they signed up for a great program. The banners that hang, the championships that we represent, the crowds that we can deliver, that's what they signed up for. And it's our job to provide that for them. They're the #1 priority. That's the bottom line. Coach Harper will serve as our interim head coach the rest of the year. He will assume all responsibilities as a head coach, from game planning to recruiting to academics to organizational operations. Ray's got a proven success as a head coach. He's done it. He's been there. He's won. We're excited to see what might happen under his direction. I think we'll see some new energy. We've already had a buzz in our ticket office of people calling to request tickets for tomorrow's game and the rest of the season. So I think we're going to see our fans and our players respond in a positive way. We are not giving up on this season. We are not giving up on this season. We have 13 games left. There's a lot to accomplish this year and beyond for this entire team. The famous reset. I think I owe a few people some pain and anguish for accelerating that term, but that was my term that I chose last spring when I said we were hitting the reset button. And I truly believe that after an assessment of our program that we could regroup. We could get better. We had mistakes, we could overcome them. We could regroup and get this program to where we thought it could be under Ken's leadership. We had some downward trends. We recognize that, we acknowledge those, but we saw a lot of positive things happening in the spring, in the summer, the fall. I believe people recognize that externally as well as internally, inside this building and on campus, and we thought we were on the right course. I believe that Ken deserved a chance to start a new season. That was my true belief as we went into last spring. However, the season progressed, and I believe our patterns and our ills of the past caught up to us. The confidence level of our program started to diminish. The statistics of our performance and our fan support, well documented. I'm not going to get into all those, but those facts are unacceptable for this program at WKU. We can't continue down that course. There was no way we could do it. Our program now needs a new voice to move forward. The identity that I spoke to, the confidence, the respect locally and nationally, frankly, our public support, the academics, the overall perception of this program has to dramatically improve starting today, and that's why we're here. Dr. Cherry founded the university in 1906, and he said, this is pretty smart back in 1906, he said that our campus, our university must be based on real merit, we must be progressive in all methods, and we must impart a burning zeal to be and do something with our students. He said that in 1906. Those fundamentals still apply. That's what WKU is all about. It's about greatness, and that's why we're here. Moving forward, we need new energy in our program. We need an infusion of new energy in our program. Leadership, energy. Leadership that's ever present in developing these young men as students and as athletes here on the Hill. Leadership that puts us back in a position to compete for and win championships, and leadership that puts us in the NCAA tournament and advances in the NCAA tournament. The process of